let's move on to setup and configure ads. So the first thing you will realize when you get here is that they're going to ask you for your nominated Facebook or Instagram account. And because we're going to be running Facebook ads, then start with the Facebook page. So that is a minimum. As long as you're going to be running ads, you need to nominate a Facebook page. If you don't have one, obviously go out there and create one because that is non-negotiable. What is negotiable is the Instagram page nomination. You do not need to have your own Instagram account to run ads, and Facebook allows you to write on the Facebook page account even if you're running ads to Instagram. So that is pretty cool that you're going to write on your Facebook page when running Instagram ads. Now let's move over to the actual business manager right now. So you can see here that I've pre-selected one page to run this ad, and they now caution you to provide a selection for Instagram account. And as mentioned, we can just simply select use selected page and all is good, right? Next, you have the option of creating an ad or using an existing post. Now there's of course also use Creative Hub Mockup, which is a totally different asset, so we don't have to look at that. But yes, you could choose to use an existing post. Now, obviously for this action and setup to exist, you need to have an existing post. Which post do you select? Well, any post that you have created on your Facebook page. Why? Because you chose a specific Facebook page. So by the time you come here and they ask you to select a post, then the options available definitely has to be the one that posts, where the post exists itself. So selecting a post and clicking continue pulls the post in, and you also see that what it pulls in are the engagements, which is the like, comments, and shares. So actually this is one of the advantages of using an existing post, because it's so easy to use the same post across multiple ad sets, even across campaigns, and all at the same time. Every time you run an ad, you get to build your engagement, which warms the ad, and in the long term, of course, increases the click-through rate. So what I'm going to say is this, right? If you are going to be running a campaign, like an evergreen campaign, I would use the existing post approach. The primary reason for this is for me to accumulate all my engagement across different ad sets and different campaigns. Now, obviously, when you choose an existing post, you will see here that you have very little things for you to amend, because you firstly cannot change the text that has already been created, and even the call to action, which was created when this post was used the first time, now can't be changed because the call to action has already been selected. So actually, in a good way, this is a very quick way of selecting that post that you want to use for this specific ad. Select the ad and you're done. There's nothing else for you to do and except to click publish. So once again, if you're going to run an evergreen campaign, the strategy would be to create an existing post, ensure that the engagement is preserved regardless of which ad sets that you run. Then this is the outcome you're gonna get. Now, what if you were to create a new ad? Well, then this is literally starting from scratch. The first thing you have to decide is what kind of ad format you're going to be selecting. You can choose single, video, carousel, collection, and even for single, image or video, your next action step is over here, which is to add the media. And if you've chosen video, you're going to choose add video, and of course you go ahead and upload the video over here. I did also mention to you that you want to format your ad to mobile, and this is a great place to ensure that you are running square videos on your feeds, and click done. Once your asset is loaded, you now have to complete the various inputs like primary text, which is essentially on top. Let's just reuse what I have for speed purposes. Now, in case you're wondering, is there an advantage, therefore, of running ads as opposed to publish posts? And the answer is yes. The answer is actually you do have an advantage creating an ad from scratch that you don't have when you reuse a post, and that is actually the ability to add additional headlines, description, even primary text to split test. So this is a fairly recent feature, And the beautiful thing about this is now you can test different creatives like this. The same goes for headline. I can now test a second headline up to 5. And what you definitely want to do, by the way, my friends, is to go to view more variations, because you want to definitely look at how your ad is rendering, especially the headline. And here's the nitty-gritty tip over here. If your headline is a single line, the additional description you add below will show up. WILL will show up. When you use this feature and you have variable headlines, you should always come here and test to see whether your headline is a single line or not. If you can squeeze everything on a single line, now you can use an additional line below. Let's look at that, which is the description. So if you look at this right now, because the headline is on a single line, so it's a single line headline, and therefore whatever I type in here will show up below, like so. Can you see here? So you now have an additional supporting call to action below, and this will not show if you had a 2-row headline. So let me just show you here. So you see that the ad is rendering the headline, swim freestyle better and faster, by sticking 2 lines. What happens when it does that? Then your description disappears. So again, this is something that you want to take note of. If you want to leverage the description, then the key is to keep your headlines to line number 1 only, and now you have the additional benefit of having the description show up, and leave your destination as website. Add your website URL over here. Select your call to action. Remember, this is an ad you're creating from scratch. Learn more is a good one. Make sure that if you have a pixel, website events is checked. The pixel is collecting data, and that's why it's green, and you're good. Then you tick publish to complete your ad creation process. That's showing you the rest of the steps that we went through in practice, from uploading media or selecting an existing media itself, cropping it. Remember to get to square if you're optimizing for mobile. Then copying and pasting your primary text, your headline, your description, your URL, and completing your call to action, ensuring that your website pixel is switched on or the box is checked. And with this, you're pretty much done. If this is the first time that you're creating a business manager and you have not added your payment information before they run your ad, they will ask you for your payment information, so don't be surprised. Select a payment method and you are done, essentially.